Well, birds are flocking to the Mid-Island right now, and so are bird watchers for a wildlife extravaganza. Early spring offers a rare chance to see different species as they migrate up the coast, from Brandt geese heading to Alaska to nesting blue herons. Now's the time to get out your binoculars. CTV's Chandler Grieve has a look.
And I'll see if I can find one here.
Take a closer look. Binocular season on Vancouver Island is here.
This is a spectacular wildlife extravaganza's smorgasbord. The early March, the herring spawn, and that starts it all.
Looks like they're mostly adults.
It's early spring, but it might as well be Christmas for bird lovers as the migration of rare wildlife to beaches and trees on the Mid-Island begins.
This is kind of the kickoff for, this huge explosion of life that happens every spring on Vancouver Island. So the black Brandt are smaller.
At Ralph Trevor Beach in Parksville, thousands of Brandt geese are making their annual pit stop en route to Alaska from Mexico.
The Pacific herring have just spawned, and when they do, their roe feeds a really wide diversity of creatures here. The Brandt are stopping here on their migration north to the breeding grounds.
It's a phenomenon that brings hundreds of bird lovers to the vast beaches of Parksville and spawns a 13-day Brandt Wildlife Festival celebration.
They're a cute little goose. They've got a nice call. They don't go up in our soccer fields and mess things up like the Canada geese, so it's a popular species, and the longer you spend around Brandt, the more that you like them.
But it's not just Brandt that are now showing up in the region. One of Vancouver Island's largest blue heron colonies has returned to Protection Island to lay eggs.
They've been spread out around Vancouver Island, isolated on one particular beach feeding in the wintertime, but something cues them to come back and nest.
The 40 blue heron or so are attracted to the shiner perch that spawn off Protection Island and create quite the scene for locals.
So interesting. I just sit on my deck and watch them fly around, and then the eagles, which are interesting, it's nature, and watching the babies grow and come out of the nest and take off.
There's an eagle sitting there, and this is probably the male.
So no matter which feathered friend you're flocking to see, focus in and enjoy the view of nature on Vancouver Island at its best. Chandler Grieve, CTV News, Parksville.